Hi guys, and welcome to this video on app reviews, and today we are doing an app comparison test. So let me ask you a question today. What do you notice different on these two iPhones? Well, one has Google Maps, an application on the App Store for free, and one has Apple Maps, an app that is permanently put on there by iOS 6. So why don't we just dive into the review right now. As we open up the apps, we can see the quality of each of them. They are different in many ways. So why don't we take a look at them each individually, and why don't we start with Google Maps? So let's start out this review on Google Maps. Google Maps has a minimal user interface and has many hidden features. One of them is to slide from the bottom right hand corner to the left. That brings up another menu which has traffic, public transit, satellite, and Google Earth. Let's dive into these individually. Traffic has a nice feature that lets you know the traffic that's in the city and nearby. The red shows the heavy traffic, and the yellow shows a little bit of traffic, and the green shows like the light traffic. Public transit has a very nice feature that lets you know where the transportation line's near you. Satellite is a very handy feature that lets you know the satellite imagery around where you are. That lets you know the buildings and all of that. There's also a Google Earth setting that lets you go into the Google Earth app, where you can view the 3D buildings and satellite imagery. That's a negative feature since Apple Maps has that built in already. And you can install the Google Earth app free on the App Store. Next, Google Maps has a very easy user interface to navigate to a certain destination and a very fast loading speed. So let's look up like Beijing, China and see how fast that is to load up. So as we look up Beijing, China, you can see it has a nice user interface and a very, very fast loading speed, as I can see right in front of me right now. And it also has the highways with their designated names. So enough about Google, let's take a look at Apple Maps right now. So here's Apple Maps, and by the way, just look at the great quality. To start off, Apple Maps has a great easy interface as well and has great colors on the Retina display. So to find the menu on Apple Maps, you slide up from the bottom right hand corner, and from there you'll be presented with drop a pin, print, show traffic, and all the map modes. So why don't we go into satellite? And Apple Maps is very good with satellite and is very clear. So why don't we zoom in pretty close? So on most of the major cities, Apple went around and got 3D imagery. Not on all the cities, but the major ones. And it looks really, really nice. So you can fly around the city and all of that. So why don't we go into Siri and ask her where a good restaurant is in San Francisco. Find a fancy restaurant in San Francisco, California.
I found 15 upscale restaurants in San Francisco, California.
So let's just click on the top one, and from here you can see the restaurant, and at the bottom is the map. So when you press on that, so right from Siri, she takes you right to the map where the restaurant is, and you can click to get driving directions, and pressing the blue arrow you can see the restaurant information, like the phone number and the website. Also, the nice thing is they lay it out by reviews and photos. So you can click on the photos and then it will display all the pictures. So why don't we go back to the map? So in conclusion, Apple Maps has a wide array of features such as 3D maps, and that's only available in major cities, and it also has turn-by-turn directions. So why don't we get on to the pros and cons list right now? So this wraps up our review on Apple Maps versus Google Maps. So here are the pros and cons listed out for you. Apple Maps. Some pros of this is it has 3D buildings and turn-by-turn directions, an easy user interface, fast loading speeds, restaurant ratings, and Yelp integration. Some cons are no public transportation, and also there are some people who say that these maps are not accurate. So for Google Maps, this is a fast navigation speeds, public transportation, turn-by-turn, and traffic reports. And some cons are there's no satellite 3D buildings, but you need to go through Google Earth, the app on the App Store. And then not as good as graphics as Apple Maps, as our opinion. So thanks for watching, and this is done by AK Pro Films. Please comment on what apps you would want us to review, and please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and more videos